Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the mid-July love check-in for the sign of Scorpio. Alright, Scorpios, beautiful Scorpios. Alright, we're going to get right into it and pull out your two cards. See what it's hitting for you guys for this mid-July period. If you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. If you're a regular or subscriber, you know what the drill is. And I thank you as well for always stopping by and showing me support and love. And I hope I can give you a reading today that resonates with whatever it is you beautiful creatures are going through. I do love Scorpios a lot. They're one of my favorite signs. Alright, Scorpio, your first card out is engagement. Interesting. And flirt. Ooh. Bottom of the deck you have let your friends help you. Alright, so engagement and flirt. Interesting. For you Scorpios, that's do you guys ever really flirt? You know what I mean? It's like you guys are so deep that flirting is like, I don't know. For you, flirting is a whole different animal than for other signs, right? And engagement, right? Taking the next level of commitment, ascending in your relationship. So you want to get committed to somebody. And it may be that you need your friends to help you. But you know what? I'm not going to speculate. We're not going to know what these cards really mean until we get into the reading. So as you know, we're going to pull those 9 cards out and see exactly what's going on for those of you who are resonating with these energies, all right? Show me what's going on with my beautiful Scorpios today. Full sign of transformation, death and rebirth. Beautiful, powerful sign, powerful water energy. Show me. Now, we want to see signs. Affirmations, reaffirmations, warning signs, right? We want a clear picture, clear message for the Scorpios that are going to be tuning into this video today. Show me. Thank you. Show me. All right, Scorpio, let's go. All right, out the gate we have Wheel of Fortune. All right, the wheel is turning. Okay, opportunity. 9 of Cups. Yeah, you're realizing you want more. 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, you're about to go into a totally different stage, right? You have King of Swords coming out. Beautiful. 2 of Wands. Yeah, that's your center card. So that's what it's really all about. You're trying to make a move forward. 6 of Wands. You get a little victory, a little satisfaction, right? Ace of Wands. Beautiful. Look at all that fire. See, Scorpio, it's like Knight of Swords and the Tower. Wow. What is going on? It's like you're ready to take it to the next level. Justice. Wow. Justice. All right. Talk about when the Justice card comes in for a love reading, it indicates love, marriage, divorce, separation, right? Legal affairs to do with marriages, right? Or to do with couples or relationships. But let's get right into it. Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is turning. Right now you feel like the world is your oyster. You feel like you've got a lot of opportunity on the board. And I think you're feeling like you want to take it. You know, you're realizing that, hey, hang on a second. I think you've got somebody in mind. Scorpio, right? Engagement, certainly. You got somebody in mind, whether you're dating this person or you're about to date this person or you've been dating them, but it hasn't been quite serious. I think you're starting to realize that this is a really good opportunity with this person and you may miss it, right? You may miss it. If you don't kind of hop to it or step to it or, you know what I mean? If you don't get that engagement in or step up your level of commitment, you may lose this person. Cross watchers, you know you're always welcome. If you're cross watching for Scorpio today, they're waking up certainly to that. They're waking up to the fact that you know, they have an opportunity here with you or with someone in their life, right? And it's a good opportunity. Maybe up until now they didn't realize that, right? 9, 2 nines back to back. Well, 9 is your number for self-realization. It's the Hermit card, right? So 9 talks about getting into yourself, getting to understand yourself, taking that journey. But it also, in all of the suits, when 9s come up, it talks about that one last little factor to overcome before you get to the 10, which is understanding, sharing, and giving, and the factor of being alone sometimes. And why are you alone? Like, for instance, 9 of Cups, right? It's a lot of people who say 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment. He has all his wishes, right? He's gotten his dreams, but he's kind of sitting away from the cups. His hands are folded in sort of like not a receptive manner. It's more like he's just proud of it. He's proud. He's happy. He's got what he's wanted. He seems quite pleased with himself, right? But he's alone, right? So in order to get to that exalted 10 of Cups, he's got to understand the concept. He's got to learn the concept of, I might have everything I want, but I'm still kind of unhappy because at the end of the day, I don't have anybody to share it with. And so it's the realization of sharing and wanting to share. I mean, that is really the nature, the essence of, consciousness is wanting to share, oftentimes people, I hold true to that theory that reality itself is simply consciousness projecting itself, right? So that it can experience itself. We by nature want to be part of something, connected to something, sharing something. It's part of the give and the take, right? Desires are all about give and take. And so at some point you realize that sharing is where the ultimate joy comes in. And I think you, Scorpio, are waking up to that. It's like, okay, all right, I got an opportunity here. I have everything I want, but I realize, I am quite unhappy. Well, not completely as happy as I could be because I don't have that committed relationship. I got 9 of Pentacles, also same type of scenario. You have a lot of abundance. You've got money coming in, but again, this character is alone in the garden, right? And so for this card, and I love the fact that they've shown up back to back because it's really a good example for me to show, the nature of how 9s work. With the Pentacles as well, this character is very beautiful. She has a lot of command. She commands the Falcon, that shows a lot of mastery of her craft. She's in a garden. She's really amassed a lot of great abundance, but again, she's alone, and she has this kind of forlorn look on her face, like, wow, I have all of this money and wealth coming in. I have everything I need, but am I happy, really? I really wish I could share this with somebody. And again, it's that understanding and that bringing that in, which in both cases exalt the suit to the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. So King of Swords is here, and these are certainly your friends, I think. Your friend is there. Someone is there who's letting you know, because it said let your friends help. Well, King of Swords is like, he's like that friend of yours, male or female, doesn't matter. He's that friend of yours that's kind of like just not going to cut any corners, not bullshitting you. He's going to let you know how it is, right? This could certainly be somebody coming in, certainly under the Wheel of Fortune. Their energy is under that and coming towards you. You're at the center, right? So it's like their support almost like will come to you and be like, look, dude or lady, Scorpio, right? You've got a chance here. Don't fuck it up. I'm letting you know. I know you, and I know what you're like, and I'm the King of Swords, so I'm always going to keep it real with you, right? And don't mess this up. Like, take some time to think about what you want, right? Because I'm your buddy, I'm your friend, and I'm letting you know, and I'm communicating this to you because I'm King of Swords. Swords is all about communication. I'm letting you know, I'm communicating this to you, and in turn, I'm letting you know that you need to communicate. And I think you're learning, I think for you, Scorpio, you're understanding that whatever the situation is, this kind of waking up and realizing that, hang on a second, I have an opportunity here with somebody, but it might just slip through my fingers. You realize that it's all about communication. You very much need to talk to them and let them know what's going on and how you're feeling. You're thinking, this is your center card for you. You're thinking about the future. You're making plans. Right? You're making plans. The globe is in his hand to say that he has like the options are open, right? It's all about the options are open, and the only limitation is his own sort of limited thinking, right? Or his limited ambition. If he is completely open, this character here, then the world is really his oyster, his playground, and his options are open, and he's looking forward. He's planted the one wand, right? So, that's the Ace of Wands. Here you go, which you have here in the deck, in the reading. Ace of Wands, that's that inspiration. That's the kind of like bang, like, oh, okay, you have inspiration. That's the ambition, right? That's the passion. It's the heart on as well. A lot of people talk about, but it's the passion, right? It indicates being passionate, excited about something. In relationships, it can indicate being extremely turned on, right? Being extremely attracted. Flirting is here, but okay, but what follows after this is the sowing of the seed and the wanting to move forward. And this is very much where you're at. You're starting to think about plans. You're thinking about your future and what's going to be in your future. And I think that a lot of this right now, certainly this opportunity that's coming into you, you're realizing, hang on a second, this could be my future. This could be a really good future. I think you're daring to dream about a different type of future now. And I think you're realizing, hang on, if I got to get this. Six of Wands comes in, so there's some victories that are coming in, I think, that are going to boost your self-esteem, Scorpio, right? It could be wherever you're working, whatever you're passionate about, whether it's a sport or an art or whatever, you're going to win at it in a way. It'll be a little win. It may not be something huge, right? But it'll be a win, and it's the kind of win that everybody looks at you, everybody notices, right? There's a little bit of notoriety associated with it, a little bit of fame. You may be in the spotlight. Certainly, if you're an artist, you may be getting photographed and put in a newspaper. If you're a sports person, you may be getting photographed and everybody's looking at you because you're getting an award, or you may win a ribbon or a prize or what have you. If you're on the job, it could be that you win like an award at work, or you get a big contract and everybody realizes, the whole office knows what's going on, and they acknowledge that you've won this or you've gotten this through your sheer hard work. And it's beautiful, and it really boosts your self-esteem and your confidence. I think it's making you want to really rush into your person as well, because it's after this that you get this kind of Ace of Wands energy, which is, again, inspiration, passion, ambition. You're turned on, right? You feel like, okay, this victory turns you on a bit, right? This victory gets your blood going. And so now it's like with that kind of like inspiration and passion, you're kind of wanting to run forward, because here you are, Knight of Swords, right? So now this is your energy coming in, right? Knight of Swords is air quality. It's air energy. Knights are air energy. Swords is air energy. But Knight of Swords, it's like as soon as all of this happens and you realize that, hang on a second, you know what you really desire. This is why I say desire and passion and all of that are really tied up in fire and in and how we transform ourselves, because it's this desire that makes you want to move towards your object, the object of your desire. And so you're going to overcome obstacles to get to that object of desire, right? And so it's in that way that we evolve. And so as soon as this happens, this self-esteem comes in, you just get fired up and you like go hard after your person. You let them know, you come in. Just like this friend of yours here, whoever this is letting you know, is talking to you. Now, this could also represent yourself, just taking time out and giving yourself counsel. But I do believe that this is an outside individual, but somebody who is like, who you really hold in high esteem. You respect this person. You'll listen to this person. And that's not usual for Scorpios, because Scorpios have a really high, excuse me, I have to take a sip of iced coffee. Scorpios have a really high expectation of individuals. You really have to come with a certain level for a Scorpio to engage, or for a Scorpio to respect you, right? And so for you to respect this individual, it just shows that you really, you know them, and they're really up to your standard, right? And you'll listen. And so when they're giving you this advice, like, you better open up your mouth before this opportunity, you lose this opportunity. You do realize it comes into fruit, like that realization dawns on you, and you come, and then you have this tower moment. Now, what's that all about? Now, it could be the tower moment is that things may not turn out the way you expected, or things may turn out completely differently. You go into this person, and it could be that they're not into what you're serving them, or it could be that, yes, they're into it and you're completely floored. You may not have expected it. You're kind of taking a risk here, right? You're kind of moving forward and saying, this energy here is like, I can't help it. I need to talk to them. And even if it's scary, even if I may get hurt or they may not reciprocate my feelings, I'm willing to do it. Because Knight of Swords is the card for bravery, right? So you're being really brave in the face of fear, whereas before, not so much fear, but it could be that, before you were just flirting. Just flirting, for you, flirting, not really having any real commitment, not really looking at this relationship with this individual as anything major, but you're starting to feel that way, right? It's starting to open up for you, this desire to lock it down. And so whatever happens here, when you go in and you let them know how you feel, either which way, it's going to be kind of like I think a shocking moment for you. Because either way, either they say no and say, I'm sorry, I don't feel that way, and you're kind of like, what? Like, okay, I didn't, you may be like, I didn't expect that, or, oh, damn, I can't believe I actually got myself worked up, and sure enough, it didn't work, it didn't turn into what I expected, right? They're not coming to me as strong as I'm coming to them. Or it could very well be that they totally let you know that they're into it with you, and that also makes you feel like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is actually, that you want to be with me as much as I want to be with you. And you still have a tower moment, because in either case, I think it's more a case of when they also, when they come towards you as hard as you're coming toward them, and they acquiesce, right? And they say, yes, yes, I want to be with you too, or I want to step up the level of engagement too, because I think for you, that is like, where you're just kind of, because now your whole life is going to change. You're going to be with you now. You want to look forward to being with this person, right? And so your life changes, and it changes for the better, because now it's like, now you're ready to ascend to 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, and we all know what that is. That is like being really happy with your lover, with your mate, right? Romantic, sexually, emotionally, all of that. Also bringing in money. You're like a power couple. You certainly work well together. The abundance is rolling in. It's like if this relationship does come together the way you expect with this engagement, it's like boom. It's almost like a thunderclap, because like you both kind of come together and become like this, this amazing like duo, I believe. And I think that that's what is kind of shaking you. Like, you're kind of like shook at how, I don't know, just how different it is and all of that. It's kind of like, sometimes be careful what you wish for. It's like when you go for something that you thought you would never have, and then you get it. It's like, oh my God, I'm saying this all in a very good way, right? I mean this with positive, not like being scared or anxious or anything. I'm just talking about like just being kind of blown over that you are actually, in the situation that you're in, right? I mean, this could be a case of, hooking up with somebody or ending up with somebody who's actually your perfect mate, that you never, and you may have thought you were never going to find your perfect mate, right? And so now you realize this is them, and you go after it, and it actually happens, right? And you are actually with your perfect mate. That's what I mean. That kind of good. That's still really kind of like shocking, and can still be kind of really, can rock the foundation still, right? Show me some clarity on this reading for our lovely Scorpio. Show me. Scorpio, let's get some clarity. This is a beautiful reading. It's really a reading about you going after your desires, Out the gate, we have Empress here. So Wheel of Fortune, yeah. Either you're the Empress or your person is, and you want them. 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, be careful. Ace of Cups, yeah, there's your love. 5 of Cups, there's your worry. And Prince of Discs. Ace of Wands, see, there you go. I love it when that happens. Ace of Wands came out to clarify an Ace of Wands. So that lets you know. And then we have 4 of Wands coming out. You know, 4 of Wands is generally the 11. People call it 11. Soulmate, twin flames coming out on that Knight of Swords. You're going after your soulmate. And 8 of Swords over the Tower. At the bottom, look at this. Justice. I love it when we clarify cards with other decks like this. And this is the Thoth deck. I've had this deck, the Thoth Aleister Crowley deck. I've had this deck for 27 years. This is the A.G. Muller 1986 copyright edition. So it's out of print, obviously. It's this beautiful card stock. And you can't find it. And eventually I'm going to need to get another deck because there's just one card that's a little bit over. But yeah, I digress. In any case, I've had this deck for a very long time, and it's my most treasured deck when I do my readings. And it never, you know, it always gives me, none of my decks steer me wrong, because there's no such thing as being steered wrong when you read the tarot, but as a craft. But I love it when this happens. There is adjustment. In the Thoth deck, adjustment is the 8 card. So here you go. In the traditional, it's 11. But adjustment has come out at the bottom of the Thoth deck, just like Justice has come out at the bottom of the traditional deck in this reading. And they both are still the same cards, just juxtaposed in numbers, all right? So yeah, this is certainly a settling down. This is certainly 4 of Pentacles behind this, solidifying the foundation. You know, it's almost like somebody's going to ask you to get married, or you're going to be asking someone to get married, Scorpio. It's that kind of like engagement. You guys might move in together. You might sign housing papers together, rental papers together, things like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what this justice is all about. But here you go. Here's your opportunity, Empress. Some of you are either the divine feminine Scorpio, or your person is the divine feminine, right? Right? So either you're the feminine Scorpio, right? And someone's coming in for you, or you're going after your feminine. You're a male Scorpio, and you're going after your divine feminine, because the Empress is in, right? So she's the object of your affection, basically, Scorpio. She's the one who's got you, right? She's the divine feminine. So it's like when you're looking for a mate, your perfect mate, she represents for you what is your perfect mate to you. You know, the Empress represents different attributes to different people. But what is the same, what always remains the same, is that she is the perfect embodiment for the mate, for their mate, or for the feminine mate, somebody's feminine mate, right? For everyone, right? So that's what she embodies. That's what she represents. So whatever that is for you, that's what she represents. So this is why I'm saying, usually I say my readings aren't gender specific, but in this case, and again, it's not really about gender. It's about how you identify. If you identify with being more feminine and feminine individual, because this right here is a Scorpio who's either in love with their divine feminine, or the Scorpio, you are the divine feminine character here, right? So we have 7 of Swords coming in, futility. Yeah, trying to cut corners, trying to, you're not doing things the right way. 7 of Swords will let you know that it's futile and you just can't reach your goal. And it could be that up until now you have been kind of like, cutting corners with relationships, in that way, like not taking the time to wait for the right person, jumping to conclusions with the wrong people, hoping that, just because you hook up with them, it'll work out, and it doesn't work out. It's like when we talk about relationships, 7 of Swords indicates the fact that you have to work at these things. They don't come easy, right? And if you really want it requires time, patience, work, communication. Same thing here. We have 10 of Wands coming over that nine of Pentacles. So as well, this kind of getting over whatever hump has separated you in terms of your abundance from others. It's like this involves some baggage. So it's time to lay down that baggage. 10 of Wands talks about, baggage that becomes oppressive and stops you from moving forward. So it could be, Scorpio, that for you, you may have some baggage when it comes to money and status that you just have to let go of. that you've been holding on to, class baggage about class, being what class you're in or what class you're not in or whatever, you know, and that baggage, you need to let go of it in order for you to really truly be happy and be that kind of individual that gets to the 10 of Pentacles, which involves sharing your wealth and sharing, making room for someone in your life physically, right? So you have to, that involves baggage. And here it involves you not trying to jump into relationships, you know, too quickly and too hastily, to, you know, because it's like the tortoise and the hare, right? It's not going to work. Ace of Cups comes out to explain. Yes, so Ace of Cups, this is your friend letting you know all about this love. They're opening your eyes to the fact that you're in love. It may be that up until now you didn't realize you were in love with this person. It may be just that you're friends. You may not have even ever hooked up with this individual, right? Or it may be like you're dating really lightly, but your friend or whoever you're talking to, whoever this individual is you've been talking to, they're the ones they're almost opening your eyes to the fact that you're in love. And it's like, fuck, you know, it's like after you have your conversations with them, you realize, oh my God, yeah, I'm in love with this person. And that's when you realize, uh-oh, I better lock this down before I lose it. Right? So we have Five of Cups here, and it's like worrying, you know, it's like Five of Cups is when you wallow in your old relationships, disappointments, old disappointments, and while you're wallowing, you're missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime, possibly. You're certainly missing out on other opportunities. And so it's like as soon as you talk to this person, you almost have this awakening with the Ace of Cups, right? And this conversation with the King of Swords. And at that moment, you almost realize, oh my God, you know, I've been like wallowing in all of this kind of BS from old relationships, and it's been stopping me from moving forward. I need to lay down some of this baggage, right? I need to stop like running after these futile old situations, trying to like fix old situations that I've been obsessing about, or else I'm going to miss or lose the person here that's right in front of me that that I can actually have a real future with. Prince of Discs comes in to clarify this Six of Wands. So that's what I was saying. It's at work, right? So what I said is like if you're at work or you're a sportsman, you're an artist, right? You have this little victory. Well, Prince of Discs is the same as Knight of Discs, right? Coming in. So this is this opportunity coming in. You've been waiting for a long time for this. Maybe a long time that you've been waiting for this promotion or this win or this award, but it's coming in, and it just opens you up for more abundance, more money, certainly with the Prince of Discs covering it. Prince of Discs is very steadfast and loyal, right? He works hard. You see the bull, right? So he works very, very hard. And this is also to indicate that this win is not something that was just handed to you, Scorpio. You worked very hard for it, and you deserve it. And of course, what can I say? Ace of Wands has come in to clarify over the Ace of Wands. I mean, you can't get better than that. This relationship is is a big turn on for you. It's extremely important to you. It keeps you very young and vital. You feel like extremely creative with this person. It's just a whole new kind of stage in your life, right? And you're there for it. You know, it gives you you get a lot of ambition from this individual, right? Right now, in general, I think you're feeling a lot of ambition. You're feeling like you're almost getting a second go around in a way, right? It's like a second chance. Like you almost felt it's almost this feeling like you almost thought, Scorpio, like you know, this is it for a little while. This is as good as it gets, and it's like boom, you realize that no, this can actually get better and better and better. And you go after your love. You go after your soulmate. You know, Four of Wands is soulmate energy. It's when the ram and the dove are equal. That's, you know, it's Venus and Aries. It's when you make an effort. You know, it's when people make an effort to be kind to each other, to love each other, to respect each other. It's when they try hard. Aries energy is effort energy. It's energy that tries, right? Attempts at something. So Venus and Aries is like, no wonder Four of Wands is the soulmate card, because both people in this relationship try just as hard as each other to make it work. They both respect each other mutually, and it's just this really strong, stable basis for a relationship, 4 being the number for stability. So that's what you're going in for. That's what you're going after. And yeah, you finish off with Tower, but you've got 8 of Swords over that Tower. So 8 of Swords is quite interesting, right? It's kind of like victim energy. It's gaslighting energy, right? It's interference, right? It's interference. It's when you don't put up boundaries, right? When you don't put up the right kind of boundaries around you, right? When you're dealing with people. So it could very well be, this could just simply be, I'm going to be honest here, right, Scorpio? I hate to say this, but it could be that you work yourself all the way up to all of this, right, to this individual. And then when you go forward to this individual, it's like it doesn't work out the way you expected to, and you're really shattered, you know, or you're really shocked. And like I said before, like it could be that it does work out and it still shocks you. And that's the case too. But there is interference here. There's interference. So somebody is not willing to take responsibility somewhere. Somebody's not stepping to the plate. Somebody is kind of like, they're kind of like, you know, they're not being honest, right? They're giving you one answer one day. They're showing you, it's almost as if they're giving you mixed signals, right? They're doing mixed signals. Because 8 of Swords is generally my victim card, my gaslighting card. It's the person who's like, you know, they're always like, oh God, you know, poor me, help me out. And like, why, you know, they try to make you feel bad because you make decisions in your life and they affect them somehow, you know? And it's like, they're the ones who are like, if you didn't ignore me, I wouldn't have to, you know, act like a crazy person. You know what I mean? It's got that kind of energy. It's people also who generally have very restricted thinking, and they're stuck in their own kind of restricted thinking, and they're alienated from others. It's the extreme of putting boundaries in. It's when you like put boundaries on yourself that are so restrictive in terms of your ideas and the way you communicate that nobody likes talking to this person. Nobody likes interacting with this person. You know, they're just not open, right? They're not open to change. They're not open to others. So it's quite interesting that this is coming in on this Tower moment. It could very well be that you have somebody trying to interfere with your situation. Because I feel like all of this here is really meant to be the person you're with. It's like they're reciprocating the feelings. But here, like, all goes kind of to hell. And I almost wonder if this is somebody else who tries to interfere with your plans. Scorpio, who tries to get in the way, right? I almost feel like this person is your partner's toxic person. All right? So that maybe that's why it's hard for me to figure out how they play into your life, right? So follow me here. I think that whoever is bringing this energy, I really feel now like this person, whoever you're interested in, whoever it is that you're coming after, or you're going after here, Scorpio, or who's coming after you, right? It's someone who's interested in that person who's bringing all of this toxicity because they see the two of you getting closer and they're upset and they just want to bring interference. It's a card for interference, see? And they just want to come in. They want to play the victim. They want to gaslight. They want to do whatever they can to do to disrupt this. Because this is solid energy here. I feel this is very solid energy. And I think that that's why this is going to be a Tower moment, because you're going to find yourself in a really weird space where all of a sudden you're having to deal with this weird toxic person who I believe that your partner, the one that you're really interested in being with, also doesn't want around, right? They don't want to deal with that person either, but this person is unrelenting and they're just interfering. And this is going to be something that may have to be dealt with, right? And I think also part of it is that it could be very surprising because, you know, it comes as a result of you two getting together. So that's where the Tower, I'm like trying to understand why Tower energy is there when, if your partner is reciprocating your feelings. But it could very well be that they reciprocate your feelings, you guys feel great and ready to move forward, but your whole life changes because now this psycho over here is just like nuts about it and just won't let go. And you may have to deal with this individual in some way. You know, like talk to them, say, look, it's over, whatever. And when I say psycho, I don't mean like a dangerous. I just mean somebody's just being an asshole. You know, this is amongst your social circle. This could be a friend, a mutual friend of yours who's just going to be an asshole. Every time they're around you, they're going to be interfering. They're going to be talking loud. They're going to be walking in between of y'all. Just stuff like that. And then also just doing other things, talking shit, telling lies, gossiping, making stories up, just stuff to interfere. So when I say psycho, don't get me wrong. I don't mean anybody who's trying to like be physical or dangerous, but just somebody who's going to be a real dick about it. Right? All right, I'm going to call it Scorpio. This is your reading for mid-July. I hope you resonate with it. If you do, please like, subscribe, share, help me grow my channel. This is what I do now. And I spend all my time pretty much meditating, reading for you guys. And obviously always studying the tarot. I remain a student of the tarot my whole life. And so continuing to do that. But as the channel grows, I hope to start to give away tarot decks. I hope to start to do tarot unboxings as well, because one of my passions is collecting tarot decks as well. But for right now, I just gotta say, Scorpio, I love you guys. This is a really, really awesome reading. And I know you're gonna handle this individual. Either you or your person will handle them. But this is just a quite interesting little twist that has come out at the very end. All right, guys. I love you so much. Have a wonderful mid-July. I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.